The transformative potential of the neurocognitive influence NCI framework extends far beyond traditional notions of prediction or manipulation. By providing a structured understanding of human behavior, thought patterns, and perceptual processes, NCI reshapes the practitioner's own perception of reality, observing behavior through the integrated lens of cognitive mapping, behavioral deconstruction, influence architecture, and reality recalibration reveals that reality is not a static, objective phenomenon, but a dynamic construct shaped by attention, interpretation, and interaction. Awareness of this principle allows individuals to perceive situations with greater clarity, anticipate outcomes with nuance, and navigate complex interpersonal and systemic dynamics with intentionality. NCI equips the practitioner to move from reactive engagement to proactive co-creation, where perception and action are aligned in a mutually reinforcing loop of influence and insight. This understanding opens new avenues for creating opportunities in leadership, entrepreneurship, and personal mastery. Leaders employing NCI can identify latent dynamics within teams, influence organizational culture, and guide strategic initiatives with precision. Entrepreneurs leverage behavioral insight to anticipate market responses, craft persuasive messaging, and adapt business models dynamically. On the individual level, mastery of NCI allows for enhanced social intelligence, self-regulation, and relational acumen, transforming everyday interactions into opportunities for growth, connection, and influence. The framework encourages an ethical, high-integrity approach. Influence is exercised not as coercion, but as alignment, shaping outcomes through understanding, clarity, and respect for autonomy. This integration of insight, strategy, and ethics amplifies personal and professional impact across diverse domains. The future of neurocognitive intelligence lies in the convergence of human understanding, emerging psychological research, and AI-assisted behavioral analysis. Advances in neuroscience continue to reveal the complex mechanisms underlying perception, decision-making, and social interaction. Deepening our ability to model and anticipate behavior, artificial intelligence tools increasingly provide real-time analysis of behavioral cues, micro-expressions, speech patterns, and social dynamics, augmenting human cognition with high-speed pattern recognition and predictive modeling. These developments expand the potential for NCI to operate at scales previously unattainable, enabling more precise, adaptive, and context-sensitive interventions. As research progresses, the integration of AI with human insight promises to enhance collective intelligence, inform ethical leadership, and optimize decision-making across organizations and societies. To consolidate these capabilities, a final exercise demonstrates the comprehensive application of all 4 NCI systems in a complex, high-stakes scenario. Practitioners begin by mapping cognitive frameworks and motivations, detecting underlying assumptions and perceptual filters. Behavioral cues are then deconstructed to identify tendencies, emotional states, and unspoken dynamics. Influence architecture is applied strategically to guide engagement, framing messages, decisions, and interventions to optimize outcomes. Throughout reality, recalibration is employed to adjust both self-perception and the perception of others, shifting interpretation, expectation, and response in real time. By navigating the scenario using integrated observation, analysis, and adaptive action, the practitioner synthesizes the full spectrum of NCI capabilities, demonstrating not only predictive understanding but transformative influence rooted in ethical, intentional engagement. This exercise exemplifies the framework's ultimate potential, the ability to perceive the interplay of cognition, behavior, and environment, and to act in ways that generate clarity, alignment, and opportunity while respecting the autonomy and dignity of all participants. The transformative power of NCI, therefore, is both practical and profound. It extends from immediate interpersonal effectiveness to the strategic orchestration of complex systems. By illuminating the mechanisms that shape perception, behavior, and social dynamics, it empowers individuals to navigate life with heightened awareness, adaptive flexibility, and ethical influence. At its core, NCI transforms understanding into action, insight into opportunity, and perception into a tool for conscious participation in an evolving and interconnected world. It is a framework that bridges the inner and outer, the personal and collective, and the present moment with the unfolding potential of human and societal evolution. Conclusion: becoming an NCI practitioner for life. Becoming an NCI practitioner for life represents the culmination of a journey that integrates deep observation, behavioral insight, strategic influence, and perceptual awareness into a coherent, dynamic practice. The key lessons of the NCI framework: cognitive mapping, behavioral deconstruction, influence architecture, and reality recalibration are not isolated techniques but interconnected systems that, when applied collectively, create a versatile, adaptive skill set. Daily observation becomes a natural habit, allowing practitioners to perceive patterns and dynamics in both internal and external contexts. Behavioral cues are interpreted with nuance, enabling ethical guidance and subtle influence. Reality is understood not as a fixed backdrop but as an evolving construct shaped by attention, interpretation, and action. Through continuous engagement with these systems, the practitioner develops not only competence, but a refined awareness of the interconnectedness of thought, behavior, and outcome. The transformational perspective of NCI extends beyond technical mastery into the way individuals experience relationships, work, and the world itself. In personal interactions, heightened observation and ethical influence foster deeper connection, empathy, and mutual understanding. In professional contexts, the ability to analyze complex dynamics, anticipate responses, and guide outcomes enhances leadership, negotiation, and collaborative decision-making. Beyond immediate application, mastering NCI reshapes worldview. It cultivates recognition of the relational and perceptual nature of reality, the power of ethical influence, and the interdependence of all participants within social, organizational, and cultural systems. Practitioners come to see themselves not as isolated agents, but as active participants in a web of interactions, capable of shaping outcomes while honoring the autonomy and integrity of others. Commitment to continuous development is central to life as an NCI practitioner. Mastery is not a destination but an ongoing process, requiring persistent practice, reflection, and adaptation. Daily exercises, scenario simulations, and mindful observation ensure that skills remain sharp, intuitive, and ethically grounded. Ethical application is as important as technical proficiency. Influence without integrity undermines trust and erodes both personal and relational effectiveness. Practitioners are called to approach their abilities with responsibility, aligning insight and action with principles that enhance collaboration, growth, and systemic well-being. The journey of NCI is therefore both practical and philosophical, offering a pathway to personal empowerment, relational intelligence, and conscious participation in the evolution of human interaction. In embracing NCI as a lifelong practice, individuals commit to a transformative path that integrates skill, awareness, and ethical discernment. Observation becomes insight, influence becomes aligned action, perception itself becomes a tool for shaping reality constructively. Becoming an NCI practitioner is not merely learning a set of techniques, it is cultivating a mindset, a worldview, and a habitual approach to life that enhances personal mastery, social effectiveness, and ethical responsibility. By committing to ongoing learning, reflection, and practice, practitioners embody the principles of NCI in every interaction, every decision, and every moment of engagement with the world. Creating a life defined by conscious participation, adaptive insight, and transformative impact,